live my life, I know what I would change. All the times I made you cry, all my faults that caused you pain. I know I'm sorry, it's not big enough to tell you how wrong I've been, but I don't know where to start to live my life without you. You're the one that I love, and I can't go on without you.
So, it was good. I had fun the first time. It's good to be back on episode 2. But look what I'm wearing, Frank.
Ooh, Diesel. Was that the thing back then?
I've had this shirt for like 25 years. So I was like, I gotta wear it today. We gotta talk about how we used to dress back then. But people don't realize Diesel is an Italian company.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Renzo Russo is the creator of Diesel.
So he's the guy that I could say I wore shoes. It was him too.
Yeah. Yeah, Renzo Russo was the creator of Diesel. And remember the Diesel stores in Union Square? Like they used to have, the one in Union Square used to have a DJ inside.
Oh, no way.
It was friggin' off the hook. The Diesel stores were off the hook, but I was always too cheap to buy the jeans. I would always just buy the sneakers or the t-shirts. I just couldn't see myself spending $100 on a pair of jeans. I couldn't do it.
So I'm going to be honest. While everybody enjoyed the Diesel shirts and, the Ed Hardys, remember that?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
People went crazy with that. I couldn't fit into them. They didn't make it for husky kids,
Yeah, you're right. The Diesel shit was very tight. I even had the vest. I remember one time I went out to a club. This is a true story. Club in Manhattan. I think it was called Plush or whatever. It was one of those.
Plush,
Yeah, I think it was Plush. And I went, my friends, till this day, my friends still bring it up. Kids I grew up with still bring it up and they make fun of me. They call it Jake the Snake vest. I went with a leather vest, no shirt underneath.
Oh, you were one of those?
And I just showed up at the club with this shirt, with this vest, and I just thought I was like freaking macking it, like Salzo, like, you know what I mean? Like the pure jerk off face that I had on with this freaking leather vest. But yeah, that was
I'm just trying to picture
something
this out.
that I still think about now. But I had to throw the shirt on. I found it in my closet. I ironed it today. And I'm like, I can't believe I still got this shirt from 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Brand new.
They had good quality stuff.
It's brand new. Yeah, today you wash your clothes and 2 days later it's ready worn.
Diesel went bankrupt. That's why they're not around anymore. Every other, Italian company always does some finagling, shady stuff. So, but they went bankrupt not long ago in 2019. So that's what I don't understand. How Diesel, the brand Diesel, just completely died out. Like you don't see it anymore, at all.
Oh, wow! I didn't even know they died out. I mean, besides the shoes that I wore, but what type of pants were a thing for you? Was it Diesel as well?
No, I was cheap with the pants. I just went to the Gap, Old Navy. Back then, I was just cheap. I wouldn't, for some reason, I would spend the money on the shoes, the hats, the shirts, but when it came to the jeans, $110 pair of jeans in Diesel, I couldn't do it.
You ever heard of the jeans Request back then?
Yes, I did.
They weren't like wide leg, but they were, those were my jeans, and a funny story about that, and I could tell this 100 times, is I spent my first $130 on a pair of jeans that I was dying to wear one night to go out. And it was when that style came out, and they were a little ripped.
Yeah.
From the knees, from the everywhere. And, the way I am is like, I got to throw that in the washer. I can't wear jeans the day I buy it. Yeah. It's just my mentality. So threw in the laundry room, came home later on after work. There goes my grandmother. She goes, oh, those pants you got, yeah, I fixed them for you. I'm like, you fixed them? I go to my room, she patched.
Oh my God.
$130 pants in the garbage.
It was like like the Green Day days, we had those jeans with the shredded bottom, and they were a little like flary out, like they were flaring out, and it was just like, thinking about it now, I'm like, I can't believe we dressed like that. It was
it's funny we're thinking about how we dressed, but when you rewind time the guys with the bell bottoms and the heel shoes.
Yeah.
You know, they spent money. They spent money.
Yeah, that was definitely a good time with the clothing. And the biggest things that we used to wear a lot were definitely the Gap was big back then. Diesel was big. I used to do, even though it's still around, I used to do a lot of Abercrombie and Fitch also.
What, Banana Republic?
Banana Republic. Yeah, Banana Republic. Is Banana Republic still around?
I'm gonna say no because the last one I remember seeing in Austin is gone.
Yeah, so I don't, yeah, that's true.
Let's change the topic too, but because I'm still picturing you in that vest. Maybe you should wear it for episode 3.
Oh my God.
What was your cologne? Like, what cologne go-to were you then?
Oh man, Aqua di Joe, I think I was.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, definitely the Aqua di Joe. It was, and I didn't wear cologne much. I wasn't a big cologne. I'm more of a cologne guy now, but when I was younger, I never wore it much.
It was always my thing. I had a collection of colognes. I think I still got some upstairs from there's so many.
Yeah.
Curve, Jean Paul Cartier, Aqua di Joe, Aqua di Gio, whatever what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and I'm still wearing it today. People I haven't seen sometimes help me go, oh, you still smell the same. I'm like, yeah, I hope so. You know.
So what was the go-to spot when you guys, because you're from Queens, I'm from Brooklyn, when you guys had to go out, like there had to be a go-to spot, like like a bar or lounge. What was it in Queens?
There was really nothing in my area here, but in Queens still it will be Astoria. That's where we went.
Yeah.
For some reason we never went into Long Island much, but in Astoria, you know, there's tons of lounges, there's tons of cafes. You know, obviously we said clubs where DNA was the number one. I don't know if you remember because it was big for teen nights. Remy's.
Yes, I remember Remy's.
Yeah. So Remy's was when basically it triggered a light bulb in me, and you know, and I started like that. But teen nights on Thursdays.
Yeah. Oh my
Then
God.
Friday nights was just regular club nights.
What about Cavo? Cavo. What is Cavo? Cavo was something else. Is Cavo still around now, or is something else?
Honestly, I'm not sure. But Cabo was always like an older crowd.
Yeah.
I say older, but it's really, you know, my age now. But if I'm not mistaken, the same owner of DNA was still part owners of Cabo.
Yeah. I took my ex-wife on our second date there, but it was a good time.
I've never been there. What's it like?
Cabo was nice. It had like this outside area also in the back. But it was something else. It was called something. I forget what it was called. Maybe you guys can leave them in the comments. Let us know what it was called. But I know it had like 2 different names.
So it was a lounge, pure lounge.
Yeah, lounge. No, they had food there too. It was like a restaurant.
Oh,
It was
nice.
a restaurant. It was a restaurant that turned into a lounge afterwards. So it was pretty good.
What did you do after the clubs? Like, what did you hit up a diner? Did you hit up?
In Bay Ridge in Brooklyn, where we had when it came to like a lounge and an area like just a place to just have a drink, there was a lot of spots in Bay Ridge. Like we would go to Rock and Jocks. We would go to the Delia's, which is still around now. Blue Zoo. There was a place called Blue Zoo. We would go out there.
So as for clubs, like I went to DNA in Brooklyn. What was one in Brooklyn?
Oh my God. We had Legacy, Gazebo, Club Rio. Yeah, those were the top 4. And the teen jams there were all off the hook. Then you went over the bridge and you went to all right, the Staten Island jerk off. Let's go to Silo. You know what I'm saying? And hang out with all the broads out there in Silo. Then we had Silo in Staten Island. So that was pretty. Wow. It was a great time, man. And it was a great time because they're not there anymore, right? Nothing is there, and people don't go out anymore. So this is why we're doing what we're doing, to talk about that time, how awesome it was, because it doesn't exist anymore. This is why we had this idea to do this. So,
what is DNA now? Do you know?
Every time when I try to do one of my skits, and when I try to do one of my skits and I try to make a video of you know how like it's green screen and I just put the background of DNA. I can't. Every time I Google DNA, it's like this gate, this blue sign. There's nothing there. It's closed up. It's like a warehouse.
It's a freaking library now.
No, is it really?
Yeah, I was so stunned to see that.
Oh my
Must have been a
god.
big library, big basement. But times do change and evolve. When did you notice your club scenery was over with?
Um, I have to say when I got, I have to say when I got engaged. I think it was over before then. To be honest with you, when I actually started working more, I had I went to work right away. I didn't do college. My parents needed help right after high school. I went right to work. I've had every job in the book. Like literally, I was a doorman on the Upper East Side.
Oh man,
So it's glad you brought that up because I was in a doorman from 1999 all the way to like 2004, 2005.
and that's Union, right?
Union. So, but I had such a great time because I worked from 3 to 11. So I used to hang out with the tenants after work. We used to go out clubbing. So a lot of my club days were with these people that I wasn't even friends with, but I had a friend that worked close by and we would just go clubbing. We used to go to Sweet. We used to go
Oh wow,
and I had a lot of celebrities that worked in the building, so they would, give us like these free comp tickets to go, and we were hanging out with all these celebrities. Like
sick.
it was awesome. So I had a lot of different types of jobs. I went from a doorman, private sanitation. I was detailing private jets. I had so many different jobs right after high school. It's insane.
That's sick. Yeah, I think we did the same thing. Once I got engaged, I felt like everything just died. It just died out. I don't understand how it died out. Like the generation, how it just changed, completely from what it used to be. So it went from clubs to what? I don't even know. Like where did people go? It's just there's such a gap there.
I know there's a lot of these what's opening now is a lot of these restaurants that they're trying to make it like you know a club vibe, like ITA Kitchen, to bring them up. ITA Kitchen, if you go there, it's a great spot to go to have a drink because it has a nice atmosphere. And that's what a lot of restaurants are doing now because they realize that people don't go clubbing anymore. It's like, so let's just open up something like this that can give people food and a vibe that is like a club.
I agree with that.
So that's what a lot of restaurants are doing now,
I agree with that.
and that's how the dating scene is. You go to a place, you bring a girl to a place like that, you have an option. Is she worthy enough for dinner or not?
Or just
You
stay at the bar.
just stay at the drink.
You ever been to Williamsburg in a place called I'll give them a shout out, Fushimi's.
Fushimi's in Bay Ridge.
Maybe that's another spot. There's one in Williamsburg on
Oh,
Fulton.
is there? The Fushimi in Bay Ridge has been there forever. That I've been to a shitload of times.
I love that place for that reason. It's
Yes.
bar, the music's pumping, the music's good, and the food. It's the food. So the first time my wife actually said, "Hey, let's go out." I found this place. We went there. I was eating and almost tearing of the memories because I just felt like I was back at a club.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I actually just went to Fushimi recently. I went to Fushimi recently about a month ago, and it's literally exactly the same kind of vibe.
It's awesome.
And we used to actually throw parties there back in the day. They used to allow us to like promote parties back there, like talking about like 2006. And that's how long they've been there. So Fushimi's always had that awesome vibe. But to me, my biggest thing was when I was like in my early 20s was working with the DJ companies, and a lot of that, the music. That's why I'm so hooked on the music of back then. Has to do with a lot of the stuff that I grew up with a lot of the stuff where I worked. Like we did Sweet 16s, we did weddings, and all of that. I worked with so many companies. I worked with mainly Continental, but I even worked with the Calypso DJs. I worked with Victory Entertainment, Trio Productions. So, but it was such an awesome time. It was just an awesome job to have.
Yeah.
As a kid, I did that throughout my whole time I was in high school, and then when I was in my early 20s, I would do it from time to time. But we had a ball.
Now I know you said you dancer, right? You were a dancer for the DJs. Were you also an MC?
I was mainly in the beginning. I was a dancer. I did a little bit MCing, and I did a lot lights. I was like the light tech, so I did a lot of that. So I used to work with this company in Staten Island also, and I used to MC for him. Older guy, and I found a video once of me doing this wedding, and it was actually wild to see. Like, you know, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beautiful Russo's on the Bay. And I used to it was that jerk off. It was finished that way. I'm like, why do I sound like this?
That's how he finished it.
Yeah, well, that's how I finished it. I used to always change. An MC always changes his voice on the mic.
Like Dracula.
Yeah, exactly. So,
That's what I was getting at. I guess that's where you got those ideas of your skits
oh yeah,
for the weddings and the microphone scenes and all that.
yeah, definitely. And that's I still have so many memories of that in my mind, but putting it into videos, that's what I still got to figure out how to do.
It's crazy how related that and things that we both could be, but so opposites. You know, you enjoy the music, you enjoy the dancing, you enjoy the entertainment. I enjoyed the DJing, I enjoyed the promoting. I was always the background guy. But it's the passion of that music, I think, that kept us going.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. First, I forgot, not to change the topic.
No.
I forgot to give my nephew a shout out because
Mhm.
he came up with the name. You know, a couple of Goodfellas podcast. I sent a text to my family group like, we need a name for the podcast, and he came up with it. And it was awesome.
What's his
So
name?
shout out to Giuseppe Buttaro. I love you. He's my godson too. Thanks for the name. Appreciate it, bro.
Giuseppe. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. So it was definitely a sick time when it came to like the types of jobs that we had growing up, and even like I said, even high school was awesome. High school was like we had fun going to school
Yeah.
because it was like just hanging out, and it was just great times.
Yeah, that brings me back to kind of rewinding it to when we were young. You know, from playing sports, like it was a thing for us. We were always at a park, we were always playing soccer, right? And when we went out to meet with friends, we had no cell phones, we had no beepers, we had none of that stuff. But for somehow we always knew how to find each other.
Yeah.
So those days is what I cherish most because I feel like our generation today won't be experiencing that type of stuff. Things are different.
Absolutely. Like our kids don't really know how it is to go out, right? And just go play in the park on their own.
Right.
But it's not really because they don't want to do it. Yeah, a part of it is because they don't want to do it. They're not used to that. But we're so afraid of letting them do it. Like our parents just let it get the hell out of the house. Come back when it's time to eat. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we would come home with our freaking hands black. That's how we were out all day.
Right.
But that's how it was. And our kids today, someone told me, yeah, you know what? But you're saying that now, but would you make your kids go out all day long? And I kind of like froze up. I'm like,
I asked you that last week.
that's right. I'm like, shit. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I can. I don't think I can let my kids, I gotta like I have eyes on them all the time.
But I would say my mom didn't want to let me out either. I just did it.
Right.
But today, I don't think I'll let that slide because
Yeah.
I have that fear. Well, there's nutty stuff to eat here.
Yeah.
Plus, I think what's wrong about, and I'm going to say me in particular, I can't say us talk for every parent. I think we set that fear for our kids. Like if I tell my one of my daughters, hey, I'm going to leave you here, I'll be right back. It's not happening. She's scared.
Yeah.
She's got to follow you.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So they're coming into our trend, which is awful.
It absolutely, you brought up a good point. Like today, my daughter FaceTimed me and she kept FaceTime. I had my phone on vibrate. I was folding my freaking laundry and I didn't realize my phone was on
Oh,
vibrate.
good boy.
Yeah. I got a laundry room now, so I don't have to pay for laundry. But so I had my phone down on vibrate and I go to my phone. It was like 8 missed calls. And I FaceTime my daughter. She had tears in her eyes. She's like,
Oh no.
Daddy, I didn't know why you weren't answering. I was, like you said, we create that fear for our kids.
Right.
I felt terrible afterwards. I'm like, baby, I'm sorry. I had my phone on vibrate because I put it on vibrate for work. I didn't realize I forgot to change it, and it's just, it was just, it's a great point that you brought up because it's exactly, we create that fear.
When you were young, what was your sport?
Oh, it was baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Really?
I played throughout high school. I played when I was a kid. I was a big baseball guy.
Yeah, man, I was soccer.
Yeah, I was a little bit of soccer, not much, but definitely baseball.
Yeah, I played soccer since I was 5. I think I stopped when I was 18.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then here I am. So kids, be active and don't look like me.
Oh man, you look healthy and happy, bro. That's what you have to say. Healthy and happy.
God bless.
Yeah.
So as a growing up in our childhood, what's a good memory for you? Like when it was not bad, not good, but what's something that you could be like, damn, I wish we still did this today, or I still could do this today that we used to do then.
Not have social media.
That's,
How about that?
we won't be doing this now.
Yeah, I get it. I know I get it, but think about how life would be if
No.
we didn't have social media. All the stuff that we're talking about could actually still be happening if we didn't have social media. We might have the club life still. We might have the lounges. We might have the crazy promoters with the spike hair at the door.
I had that.
You know what I mean? I know you did. So I feel like social media has taken away a lot. Yeah, this is great. We're doing this. Because we're able to talk. But what are we talking about? We're talking about how great back then was.
Right.
What videos do I make? I make videos of how great back then was.
But that's the problem. That's a key point. You're making videos of memories that were real.
Yeah.
How much crap do we see today and it's not real? Right? That sets
Absolutely.
fear. It sets a wrong trend. It sets. How about when the kids say we're doing the challenges? Remember the challenges? Put the fork in the socket. What make
Yeah.
you think that's the brightest idea?
Absolutely. I know. That's why there's some restrictions that we all have to put on our kids
Right.
when it comes to that stuff. Some kids have way too much liberty, and that's the way their parents want to raise them. That's their choice. But it's just it's a totally different life. But one thing that I hold back when it comes to those times is definitely the value of 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 doing things naturally, like little things. Dating
Right.
back then was just amazing. Dating back then, you actually had to have a personality to meet someone. You go to the
Yeah.
club, you meet someone, and then, I would, like I said, when I used to go to the club back then with my friends, I used to do the walkthrough in the club.
Yeah, that was good.
Like I used to, we would stay at the bar, and I would tell my friends, you know what, I'm gonna go to the bathroom right now. I'll be right back. So I would walk through the dance floor, though. I would take the long route, walk through the dance floor in the middle of people, like, and I'm just like walking through it, hoping that I heard in the back of my ear, "Oh my God, that's so." You know what I mean? But that never happened. But that's exactly how it was. So it was a good time.
It was real interaction.
But then there was a time that, I would run into someone and then turn into like, oh, all right, I'm going to be dancing with Maria tonight. So, and then me and Maria were together all night, dancing, write her name on the napkin, and then go out for steak.
Get a napkin. Jesus. When did social media start for you? What what I mean is, I'm gonna rewind to MySpace. Like, did you have a MySpace account? I was the king of MySpace back then.
Absolutely, I had MySpace.
Remember that?
Yeah, with the MySpace was each profile you could set a song to it.
Yes.
So that was good. You go on the profile, you had the songs going on.
You know what was my biggest problem with MySpace? You know how they had like the top 10 friends?
Oh yes.
I had to rotate every week because somebody would get offended. Why didn't I make the top 10?
I forgot about that. I really forgot about that. But yeah, MySpace was the shit. It definitely was.
It died quick, but
It's just I forgot how it was set up. Was it just pictures and you could comment on pictures, or like you could write like something on like
so it from what I remember, it was just a picture thing because I don't think there was much video happening then. But then it also had something on the side called the bulletin.
Yes.
So whatever you post on the bulletin just went to all the friends that you followed and they followed you back. So that was my great way of promoting. I just ran a bulletin all day long.
Oh my God, no, that's definitely a great point to bring up because we're just talking about social media, but how did it start? It was definitely started with MySpace. I don't think there was anything before that.
I can't remember
No.
before that because that's when I think Facebook came under
Right.
and out of. It took over the world.
Yep. Exactly. So that was definitely an amazing time. And that's when all the meeting online started. Oh, I'm gonna meet this girl from friggin' AOL. I'm gonna meet her from MySpace. I'm gonna meet at the corner of 18th. You know what I mean? That's where it all started.
Chat rooms.
Chat rooms.
What did they write? Age/sex/location.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we used to have the Italian boys chat room, the Brooklyn boys chat room, the Italian hotties. That's what it was. Italian hotties.
Italian place. Those were the two key places to go into.
Right.
And those were the days. But my takeaways from back in the day and today, I think I would say is family. And we were so large, where we used to have tables from end to end of the house, and now you see it as I'm getting older that it's shrinking for whatever reason, who's passed away,
Yeah,
or who's moved away. But my biggest takeaways from when I was a kid is just the families becoming smaller.
yeah, absolutely. No one really gets together like we used to back then. No one
That's
wants to be bothered anymore.
You can't even ring
No.
someone's doorbell anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're just not home.
They're not home. They don't want to be bothered, and they either get offended or something they saw on social media. Me macho me ficho posto, he don't follow me on Facebook. So now me ora scancellavo do Facebook. Io ora levo do Facebook piquita. Me piaceva a fotografia mia. Ora io levo do Facebook.
I can't say more. That's awesome.
And then that's it. Now the Christmas dinner the Christmas table gets smaller because of Facebook.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And as I love my mother and I miss her every day.
wait, wait. I'm sorry to cut you. You're saying you lost family members because of Facebook skits? Is that it?
No. I might have. I don't even realize, but I don't think so. But I'm just saying because a lot of old school Italian women, God, when it came to Facebook, they get so offended. It's just like, che non mi piace fotografie mie. I don't know why she don't like my pictures ever. Now I scancellavo, I bloccavo, this and that. That's how it happens. It's like, io levo to Facebook.
Wow, is that serious?
That's
Jesus.
how the Italian women are when it comes
my
to
God.
social media. It's crazy.
Oh my God, I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah.
But I could see that. I get calls now today. I can't believe you said that. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think nothing of it.
That video you did, that the panettone video, I'm glad you posted it. That was funny.
I don't know. He comes up with these crazy things, but I think we named it wrong. That's what we get people coming back at us with.
You named it wrong? What do you mean?
So I call it panettone. I always thought it was known as panettone, but apparently the store one is called pane d'oro. So, that's the common feedback we're getting. You don't know what you guys are eating, but
No, I would. It's panettone to me.
to me, it's always been panettone.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
it's pane d'oro.
All right, but listen, it was a great episode 2. I'm very excited. We'll definitely be back for episode 3 soon. You guys follow us. Give us some more ideas from back in the day. Let us know what you guys missed from back in the day. Share it with us. And a couple of good fellas. Episode 2 is out. Frank, it was awesome.
It was awesome. Thank you, Sal.
I want to give a shout out to our board guy today. Angelo, let me ask you something. Is our board guy? Appreciate it, bro.
Angelo.
Thank you. All right, we're out. Peace. Ciao,
Later,
ciao.
guys. Ciao.